How Rob Walton became wealthy, the secret behind his success. What happens when you're born into a kingdom built not on castles, but on cash registers? When your bedtime stories are balance sheets, and your family crest is a yellow smiley face with rollback prices? This isn't just the story of a billionaire, it's the saga of Rob Walton, the man who inherited the world's largest retail empire and had to decide, do I follow in my father's footsteps, or build a new path through the aisles of history? How does a quiet, sharp-eyed lawyer from Colombia end up steering a global juggernaut with over 11,000 stores? Why did Walmart stumble in Germany but conquer Mexico? What made Rob Walton, the man behind the curtain, step into the spotlight with a $4.65 billion NFL power play? And hey, before we dive into this epic journey, make sure to follow us, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the lives of the world's most intriguing titans. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. On a crisp autumn day, October 27, 1944, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a baby boy was born into a family that would one day redefine the very concept of shopping. That boy was Rob Walton, the firstborn son of Sam Walton, the retail revolutionary who would go on to found Walmart, and Helen Walton, a woman of such quiet strength and steely resolve that she could have stared down a tornado and asked it to clean up after itself. Sam Walton was no ordinary businessman. He was a man who believed that frugality wasn't just a virtue, it was a lifestyle. He famously drove a battered Ford pickup truck long after he became a billionaire. Why? Because, as he once said, "What am I supposed to haul my dogs around in? A Rolls-Royce." He was the kind of man who'd clip coupons for his own store and then ask for a price match. Helen, meanwhile, was the family's moral compass and intellectual anchor. A college graduate in an era when few women were, she instilled in her children a sense of purpose, humility, and the importance of giving back. She once told Rob, "Money is only as good as what you do with it." In 1950, the Walton family moved to Bentonville, Arkansas, a sleepy town that would soon become the epicenter of a retail empire. Rob grew up alongside his siblings, Jim, John, and Alice, each destined to become billionaires in their own right. But back then, they were just kids with chores, bikes, and a front-row seat to their father's relentless pursuit of retail perfection. The Walton dinner table was a masterclass in business strategy. While other families discussed school and sports, the Waltons debated inventory turnover, supplier margins, and the psychology of end cap displays. Rob once joked, "We didn't say grace before meals. We said gross profit margins." Rob's academic journey began at the University of Arkansas, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration in 1966. But he wasn't done sharpening his mind. He headed to the Ivy League, earning a Juris Doctor from Columbia Law School in 1969. At Columbia, Rob was known for his precision and poise. One professor famously quipped, "He's the kind of student who'd argue with God over the fine print in Genesis, and probably win." Rob wasn't loud, but he was lethal with logic. He had the kind of mind that could dissect a contract like a surgeon with a scalpel. After law school, Rob joined Connor & Winters, a prestigious law firm in Tulsa, where he specialized in corporate law. He was good, very good, but the gravitational pull of Walmart was irresistible. In 1978, he joined the Walmart board, stepping into the family business not as a prince, but as a tactician. When Sam Walton passed away in 1992, the world mourned a retail legend. But inside Walmart's boardroom, all eyes turned to Rob. He was named chairman of Walmart, and the question on everyone's lips was, could the son match the father? Sam Walton wasn't just a founder, he was a force of nature. He could sell ice to Eskimos, then offer them a rollback discount and a smile. His charisma was legendary, his instincts razor sharp. Rob, by contrast, was quieter, more analytical. He didn't walk the aisles with a dog in tow or parachute into shareholder meetings. But he brought something else: structure, strategy, and scalability. Rob's leadership focused on global expansion, taking Walmart beyond U.S. borders into Mexico, China, and beyond. Supply chain optimization, turning logistics into an art form, with distribution centers that ran like Swiss watches. Tech integration, investing in data analytics, inventory systems, and early e-commerce platforms. But the bigger Walmart grew, the louder the critics became. During Rob's tenure, the company faced a barrage of controversies: labor practices, accusations of low wages, union busting, and gender discrimination led to lawsuits and protests. Environmental impact: critics slammed Walmart for its carbon footprint and unsustainable sourcing. Global backlash: in countries like Germany and South Korea, Walmart's aggressive expansion clashed with local cultures, leading to public outcry and eventual retreat. Rob didn't flinch. He responded with a blend of corporate diplomacy and strategic pivots, launched sustainability initiatives, pledging to reduce waste and increase renewable energy use, improved employee benefits including better healthcare and education programs, invested in community outreach, funding local schools, disaster relief, and environmental conservation. He famously said, "We're not just selling products, we're shaping lives." If there was one storm Rob didn't see coming, it was Amazon. In the early 2000s, Walmart, king of brick and mortar, underestimated the digital revolution. While Jeff Bezos was quietly building an empire in the cloud, Walmart was still perfecting its in-store greeter program. By 2005, Rob stood before shareholders and admitted, "We were late to the online party, and now we're playing catch-up." And catch-up they did. Walmart.com was revamped with a focus on user experience and logistics. Jet.com was acquired in 2016 for $3.3 billion, bringing in fresh talent and digital know-how. A tech hub in Silicon Valley was established, hiring engineers, data scientists, and e-commerce veterans. Rob worked closely with Lee Scott and later Doug McMillon, navigating the digital transformation with the precision of a chess grandmaster. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. Rob Walton, the eldest scion of Sam Walton's empire, married Carolyn Funk, a woman of grace and grit. Together they had 3 children, including the formidable Carrie Walton Penner, who would grow into one of America's most influential voices in education reform. Carrie didn't just inherit wealth, she inherited a mission. She championed charter schools, personalized learning, and educational equity, often saying, "Wealth must serve wisdom, or it serves nothing." But as dynasties go, not all unions last. Rob and Carolyn divorced, and in 2005, Rob married Melanie Lohman Walton, a conservationist and social activist with a passion for wildlife and sustainability. Melanie wasn't just a partner, she was a force. She turned philanthropy into a full-time pursuit, launching initiatives to protect endangered species and preserve natural habitats. Together, they became a philanthropic power couple, donating millions to causes ranging from education to environmental conservation to the arts. The Walton children didn't just ride the coattails of fortune, they stitched new ones. Carrie led education reform. Her siblings and cousins ventured into finance, philanthropy, and public policy. The family's influence extended far beyond Walmart's aisles. They funded think tanks, research institutes, and community programs. They were building a legacy, not just of wealth, but of impact. Then came 2022, and Rob Walton made headlines that echoed from Wall Street to ESPN. He purchased the Denver Broncos for a jaw-dropping $4.65 billion, the highest price ever paid for an NFL team. Why? Was it a midlife crisis with a football twist? A billionaire's whim? Not quite. This was strategic. Rob saw the Broncos not just as a team, but as a brand, a community, and a cultural institution. He wanted to diversify the Walton legacy, beyond retail, beyond philanthropy, into the heart of American sport. The deal involved his daughter Carrie and her husband Greg Penner, a sharp-minded executive with a background in finance and tech. Greg was named CEO of the Broncos, bringing a blend of business acumen and family stewardship. Rob said it best, "Football is more than a game, it's community, culture, and commerce." From 1992 to 2015, Rob served as chairman of Walmart, overseeing its transformation into a global juggernaut with over 11,000 stores. He expanded into Mexico, China, India, and beyond. He optimized supply chains, embraced data analytics, and built a retail empire that could rival the GDP of small nations. His net worth soared to $115.3 billion by May 2025, making him the 13th richest person in the world. But Rob never flaunted it. He preferred quiet influence to loud opulence. He sat on boards, funded foundations, and shaped policy from behind the scenes. But even titans trip. Rob's tenure wasn't without turbulence. 2005 gender discrimination lawsuit. Walmart faced a class action suit involving 1.6 million women, alleging unfair treatment. Though the Supreme Court dismissed the case in 2011, the reputational damage lingered like a stubborn stain on a white shirt. Late e-commerce entry. Walmart underestimated the digital revolution. While Amazon was building a cloud empire, Walmart was still perfecting its greeter program. Rob admitted in 2005, "We were late to the online party, and now we're playing catch-up." He responded by acquiring Jet.com, revamping Walmart.com, and building a tech hub in Silicon Valley. Global expansion misfires. Ventures in Germany and South Korea flopped due to cultural misalignment. Walmart's everyday low prices didn't translate well in markets where shopping was a social ritual, not a bargain hunt. Rob tackled these with humility and resolve. He restructured leadership, hired global consultants, and invested heavily in tech. His philosophy? Mistakes are tuition. The key is to learn fast and pay once. Rob Walton stepped down as chairman in 2015, passing the torch to his son-in-law, Greg Penner. Today, he's a quieter figure, focusing on philanthropy, conservation, and his beloved Denver Broncos, which he purchased in 2022 for a record-breaking $4.65 billion. But his legacy? It's in every Walmart aisle, every price rollback, every family that saves a few dollars more. He may not have been the showman his father was, but he was the architect who ensured the empire didn't just survive. It evolved. As Rob once said, legacy isn't about what you leave behind. It's about what you build that lasts. Today, Rob Walton is more than a billionaire. He's a patriarch, a philanthropist, and a strategist. He's building a legacy that spans retail, education, conservation, and sport. He's not the loudest voice in the room, but he's often the most consequential. His story is a masterclass in quiet power, strategic vision, and humble stewardship. As he once said, legacy isn't about what you leave behind, it's about what you build that lasts. Next up, the Astor family. Make sure to follow us, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the lives of the world's most intriguing titans. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next.